if I weren't to watch this, a video on the best gacha game story Genazad has ever played, I'd know what this video is about. I know what game he's referring to. One of the most slept on, underrated gachas, a hidden gem in the community. Motherfucking Limbus company. I'm hoping this sells somebody to play this shit, because this shit is so good.
Games have changed from what they once were in the old days. They treated you like subhuman garbage.
Yep.
In the current day, everything feels much more manufactured and E for everyone for the widest audience.
It
They don't
does.
feel like they're on training wheels, very safe and simple with
I cannot tell you how many games I play that feel the exact same as other fucking games. It's nuts. It's like, oh, it's just this with that. Oh, it's just this with that. Oh, it's this game but with that. I mean, how many games can you boil down to? Oh, it's Genshin, but it's... Oh, it's Skyrim, but it's... Oh, it's World of Warcraft, but it's... Oh, it's League, but it's... Oh, it's PlayerUnknown Battleground, but it's... Oh, it's Fortnite, but... And it's like, oh my god.
lots of tutorials about every possible feature, so the player never has a risk of failure, with gallons of yellow paint used to mark every single thing. And
Hey, that being said, I don't mind yellow paint. I am fucking horrible at getting from point A to point B. I am a yellow paint enjoyer, to be completely honest. I do not mind that shit at all.
I find this boring. Well, with Honkai Star Rail looking like an absolute dumpster fire at the moment now, and fans revolting, seems like the perfect time to talk about maybe the best story-driven turn-based strategy gacha game I've ever played. And
I think it's more than that. I do think it is the best turn-based RPG story gacha game ever made, because that's a very niche market. I do think it is the best. However, I do believe it is the best gacha story in all of gacha. And yeah, and I think it's not even close. It is a beautiful story, but it's a lot to get through. It's a lot of reading. If this shit had an English mode, I bet you it would have double the player base, or at least 25% increase. I wish they would voice this shit in English.
enter Limbus Company. This game has one of the worst tutorials I've ever seen.
I disagree heavily. I think the tutorial is great. I think it gives you all the necessary tools in order to understand what you need to do and what you need to look into further, in my opinion.
I have no idea what's good or what half the keywords even mean on my skills. My team keeps turning into a bloody pulp, and I even have trouble finding out where the play button was. And yet, I can't stop playing it. So what does this game offer us? Well, best I can do is a dystopic world with mutant bug people, a bus you feed live humans to, turning them into fuel, SCP.
And let me tell you the best thing about this game. It's a gacha game that you don't have to play at every second hour or every fucking hour of every fucking day. Dude, I haven't touched Limbus in like legit 2.5 weeks. And it's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm not missing out on anything. I can get a couple more upgrades here and there. You really don't need it. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna just play it whenever I feel like it. And I feel like a lot of gacha games don't get that. So many gachas feel like fucking jobs where you have to hire executive account managers just to be able to fucking breathe. It's insane. And it drives me nuts. Because there are days where I just don't want to play. And it's nice that this game doesn't make me fucking play.
Monster abnormalities all over, and a guy with a clock for his head. Buckle up, because this game is not for the faint of heart or those with a 4th grade reading level, but has an incredible story and is very free to play. And as always, if you enjoy the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll be making more videos just like this one. Or
people might be confused because it really is a light novel. This is a game to show you that if the story's good enough, it doesn't matter how bad the storytelling is. It does not matter, because this shit will grip you like the gripper.
go to twitch.tv/Genazad as I stream daily. Let's quickly talk outside the game about the company Project Moon, who...
Let me correct Genazad. He doesn't stream daily. He streams non-fucking stop. Bro does not sleep. It's actually so unhealthy. And if you were to look at him, and you know what? Why don't I just pull up an image of him? Yeah, this dude. This dude don't sleep. He lives in a room full of garbage in a beige room. Bro never does anything.
Whoa.
Within 12 seconds, he has already booted up a gacha game. This guy is mental illness personified. I shit you not. However, damn good streamer. Damn good streamer.
Makes it. They have only around 50 employees, including their staff at a restaurant they own called Ham Ham Pang Pang. The CEO has the most unprofessional live streams you'll ever see in the business.
Great.
Hell, one time he started stream out of nowhere to play a dungeon in Limbus Company for over an hour, and then just go, sorry guys, some content will be delayed. Oh, also we're gonna be doing a collab soon, and then ended stream. The recent second anniversary stream was also delayed because of him playing
That's
more
insane.
of that dungeon where he purposely got his least favorite unit killed because they're overpowered and going over the start time, then he had to download the PowerPoint to show on stream. But you have to
That's
appreciate
insane.
this guy just being so casual and swapping between him and a VTuber avatar during streams. He's also happy players enjoy the
He's
game,
so
but is
cool.
unsure why the player number is going up. This is the guy who's in charge. Supposedly Limbus Company
It's because of me, by the way. Just want to make that very clear. The moment I started playing that game, the player base skyrocketed, and that's a fucking fact that you can look up, by the way.
has already
You're
made
welcome,
enough
Limbus.
money to fund it for years to come, and they want to use this money to create an anime so the fans are always happy to fund it. However, if the company goes bankrupt, the CEO promises to do mukbang and gaming streams. Also,
Hell
most
yeah.
might not know, but Limbus Company is actually really big on Steam and only growing, often getting to be one of the highest concurrent players during patch days, so the community
Hell
is
yeah.
somehow huge but hides under the surface. Now let's talk about the story, which is truly dark and gritty. And I don't mean there's one death. There's many, and some are sudden and horrific. Limbus Company takes place in a world if there was essentially no government intervention and corporations owned everything, setting up their own cities where they control
Don
the people,
Quixote, best
kind of similar
character.
to today.
Do you think that Palantir has ever scraped data from Facebook?
Senator, I'm not aware of that.
Each one has a specialty known as singularities they focus on, such as mutating humans with bugs, or siphoning luck from people and selling to the highest bidder, or stealing
Or having a magic school bus that you have to throw in alive corpses that it can eat slowly in order to fuel its engine.
everything from the poor, even colors from the world they live in, which at this point I kind of expect within the next few years of our time. $7.99 to gotcha rent a color for the day sounds like an amazing new mechanic. Also, the entire world seems to have SCP-style entities that can kill or mutate humans or just turn you insane, so this sounds like a really great world to live in. You play as Dante, a man with no memories and a clock for a head who is the leader of a group of 12 sinners who all work for Limbus Company and ride on a bus from place to place in search for the golden bows for an unknown reason.
I also think it's great because even though the world is filled with like monsters and atrocities, the real monsters are the humans themselves. And I think that's always so great.
Basically just a normal wage slave. Along the way, you'll periodically kill the locals to stuff their bodies into your bus for fuel, kill the locals because they try to rob you, kill the locals from other corporations, or kill each other? Yep, even your co-workers are killing each other. But worry not, you'll have the ability to turn back their time and resurrect them, so it's okay if they get crushed, cut
As
into
long as
pieces,
you're willing to
melted,
go
or
through
blown up.
excruciating
And they
pain.
will. Very, very often. The story shows a truly pessimistic and awful world, and yet each one of the sinners has the hope of accomplishing their dream by working on these perilous missions. Every chapter
any of
known as
the
a
hot
canto
females
mainly
die?
focuses on
Yes.
one of them and their backstory, fundamentally changing them
Yes.
by forcing them to confront their
No
sinful
one is
past and
safe.
growing from it. Each character is named from a character in literature and are as follows. Yi Sang, a quiet and confused poet who speaks like a chunibyo. Faust, a genius know-it-all and is as condescending as a Twitter user. Don Quixote, a justice-obsessed freak and smart as a brick. Yoshu, a murderous psychopath who speaks in acronyms. Marisol, an emotionless robot who is also probably literally autistic.
Very
Hanlu,
autistic.
a spoiled rich boy but always pops in to flex and raise the mood.
Yep.
Heathcliff, a backstreets punk who would smash in your head.
Z-Man.
She's also kind of a homie. Ishmael,
Z-Man.
a dependable but snide sailor who's also best girl. Rodion, an easygoing and fun gambler and also feels like everyone's big sister.
Also a
Sinclair,
whore.
a fragile and
Massive
sheltered
hoe.
wimp that everyone else bullies. Otis, a
Sinclair.
strict and commanding
Sinclair is everything wrong with Limbus Company. Hey, if he's so upset about the world being fucked up, well, he shouldn't have fucked it up then.
veteran who glazes you so much, it's
Yep.
surprising she can even talk while also blowing you. And Gregor,
Yep, I'll be real, man. My dick has been sucked by Otis 50 fucking times.
friendly and casual bug-armed mutant who somehow always loses every clash and I hate his ass. Then there is also the manager and guide Virgilius, who just aura farms the entire game and beats up your co-workers, and the driver Charon, who has brain damage, but we love her anyways.
She
One
my
thing
favorite.
I can't speak enough about is reading a gacha
Fuck
game story
Virgil.
that actually feels like it's for
Guy's
an
a
adult.
dick.
Not because of the blood, the gore, and the death, but more that it doesn't treat you like a complete moron that needs
The end of Limbus Company is every sinner having to turn on Virgilius and kill him as the final boss, and we all know it.
everything spoon-fed. You pick
We
up
all
on
know
things
it.
as you go, connect dots, and learn about the world and its characters more naturally than just a character doing a giant lecture. Hell, I finished Canto 5 after 60 hours of gameplay and
Jesus.
reading,
Oh,
and
no.
still have no idea what the hell a golden bow is or why we're really seeking them. But these
I feel like I already know what that is. Isn't it just infinite energy? Am I nuts? I thought golden bows were just infinite energy that can be used to, like, fuel anything you want. That's what I thought. I thought that was explained in Canto 4. Maybe I'm wrong.
discoveries over time feel much more meaningful as you piece everything together. I found the story only gets better every single canto, and recently after finishing Canto 5, I'd cement it as my favorite gacha story so far I've ever read, and by a lot. Seriously, some of this game's story arcs go way beyond the
pirate
normal
arc?
encounter, and I usually hate gacha story. We all know games usually like to have the good guys win and the bad guys lose, but the journey there should keep you invested in learning how you get there. What
I'll be real, bro. Limbus Company, we win like twice, and we just get our asses kicked nonstop. And then Virgil's like, Dante, you fucked up again. Oh, well, get on the bus. You get 8 beatings later. And it's like, oh, well, fuck. All right.
cost and the growth of the characters.
Jesus.
What starts as a Limbus company could someday become a Limb family. Next, let's talk about the
Wow.
gameplay. See this button right here? You press
So
that.
beautiful.
Everyone likes to go full monkey brain. Well, at least until you actually fight something hard, and suddenly you'll need to learn how the game works, but you forgot
Please don't put B-roll of me.
the poorly designed tutorial you played hours ago, and you're getting obliterated.
Fuck you! I beat it! And it like took me an hour. It's whatever, bro. I was just fucking around. If I locked in, it would have been a joke. But my bad, I was having fun. My bad for enjoying it. 2.5. Man, you sure talk a lot of shit, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when you come down to Austin, man. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
The combat actually has a lot of intricacies and feels really rewarding to learn, but let me just go over a few of them. First, they have 2 totally different styles of combat for some reason based on the enemy. One, you drag from left to right and match the pretty colors, and basically everyone just hits the win rate button where it auto chooses.
Yep.
The other is a complex strategy style where you have to learn the game and choose skills to clash with the enemy or block, where it flips coins to decide your power versus the enemy, and the winner of the clash damages the opponent. You also have a sanity mechanic that increases your odds of winning clashes the higher it is, as your real life sanity goes down from playing the damn game. Sanity gets too low and your characters transform and start killing your own team, spamming ultimate moves everywhere and AoE sometimes. Often turns would get so complex during the harder fights with planning, it would make every turn take forever because one mistake could cascade the entire fight into a loss.
True.
Later chapter fights can lead to some really interesting boss fights that
I'm
gatekeep
so
some
scared of
players,
chapter
and
5.
It's where you actually have to learn how the mechanics function
I heard there's
or
an
die.
insane
Also,
fight in
I
Canto 5.
barely know what half my characters do because they have essays for
It's
skills,
so
and almost
much.
the entire
It's so
fan
much.
base is incapable of reading
Yeah,
at higher
it's
than an
so
elementary
much.
level, making everything feel more complex than it actually is, especially when characters have all these extra mechanics for teams like bleed, rupture, charge, tremor, poise, etc. Speaking
Yep.
of the community, while they're nice and very welcoming and excited, they also backseat the hell out of people for some reason because they've played 5,000 hours of a single player story game fighting roguelike mirror dungeons for battle pass levels. Seriously, while they're great
Hey, I'd rather get backseated while playing a video game than get backseated while watching an anime and be told, you're not watching it right. Bro, he missed it. He's not paying attention. Bro, he missed it.
to have around, they're more fanatic than a cult and come out of the woodworks like termites and somehow daisy chain about 50 discords together to all communicate whenever anyone decides to play their game. Also,
Yep.
the community has some pretty amazing memes, which can really enhance the experience of the game after each
Dude, the fan art was also fucking insane.
major story section. Which now leads me to my next topic, the gacha, everybody's favorite aspect. The CEO straight up stated the game was made a gacha because they wanted money, which I'm glad they're at least
Great.
honest, but somehow they're not very good at designing predatory practices. The game is by far one of my favorite gacha systems of any game
It's
I've
amazing.
played because it's so easy to get characters and doesn't have that garbage 50-50 system.
Yep.
You can pull for both IDs and egos. IDs are alternate versions of the 12 characters from different realities, and egos are ultimate skills they can use while harnessing abnormalities' powers. That's right, the gacha is actually part of the lore. The rates are super high at 2.9% and 1.3% respectively, with a 200 spark pity, but once an ego is pulled, it can't ever be pulled again and is removed from the pool, which is great. Now, while this
amazing.
all sounds nice and dandy, you can also get shards from pulling dupes or from leveling the battle pass and trade 400 of a character's shard to just get an ID of that character that isn't limited. It's rare to see people be able to farm for fragments of a character in a game, but it feels very rewarding, and these battle passes last 6 months at a time, so it's easy to max it and go beyond for even more shards, easily letting you shard some characters characters a week after they're added. Fortunately, getting the characters is easy, allowing you to make some different teams around mechanics like the blue
also
team
nice
I
that the
run
best
where
character
multiple
in the game
characters
you
can
can
be
just buy
switched
for
out and
free.
still function. Everyone cries about
It's
tier
so
lists in every
sick.
gacha, but in this game I felt I could use the characters I wanted as long as they'd complement each other in some way. The team building in this game can be very interesting since there's many different factions that usually focus
Oh, this game's a gacha? Barely, brother. Barely. It is barely a gacha.
on a
It
gameplay
is
style, but you
barely
can
a
mix
gacha.
and match the team with characters you like that support the archetype and still clear content using your knowledge. Did I also mention that there isn't any gear system? Yep, so once you get the character and upgrade, then you're done. Pretty nice you don't feel forced to grind every single day for gear. Alright, something I really have to talk about, the sound design and OST. This game's music slaps harder than Mr. Pokey to his child. It's crazy good. In fact, all the music in this video is from the game. Sadly, I can't use any of the amazing Millie music because YouTube guns down anyone who tries like an animal in the streets, but every fight has great songs and even change if you're winning or losing. Hell, one of the most
I didn't know
banger
that.
songs
Yeah, I've only heard the winning side. I never knew it changed when you lose because I just haven't done that.
is while fighting a damn chicken. Some of these songs make boss battles 10 times as epic.
Dude,
and
the
make you
KFC
fully
Hell's
immersed.
Kitchen
Millie
arc was
during the
so
boss
sick.
battles makes every fight beyond hype and emotional for every sinner's story arc. Also, that coin flip and clash sound never get old. They make even battles where you press just the win rate button somehow satisfying.
Yep.
Now what about the end game? Well, there isn't a ton at the moment. The game isn't the type you feel forced to play every day. Instead, it's more of a real game with a gacha system tacked on. They do have a difficult challenge mode called the Railway, but it runs for months at a time to get a high score. Also, recently they added a 10-floor roguelike dungeon mode that's more challenging than the normal ones, but most players' biggest gripe is that they want to play more. Usually I dislike not having endgame, but in this instance, it's fine because you don't have to farm for a non-existent endgame and feel forced to grind every day.
I'm
Games
just
like
done with that
this
shit, bro.
are what I've found
I'm
to be
good.
missing from today's world,
so
where instead of
exhausting.
being made for everyone, it's made for linguistics PhDs, and as you fail and fail, you learn the game from your mistakes, and in doing so, feel much more fulfilled. The game's story goes way beyond what you often see out of gacha games, and even most story-based AAA games, and is exciting to see more of. I hope to see this game continue to grow, as it really deserves it over almost anyone else in the market at the moment. Also, I love fish mail. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a bunch for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I hope to see you next time.
Just a great fucking video, man. And that makes me so happy Genizad putting this shit on the map. The game is so fucking good, but it's really not one of those games that tries to stay in your cerebral cortex at all times. It's like, play me when you want. And when you don't, it's all good. I'll always be here. And it's so nice because there's pretty much zero FOMO. And it's so refreshing in today's day and age. A gacha game that doesn't ruin your life. Imagine that.